I can only see 3 lionesses so far. That's only 1 there. The other 2 are off in front of us. I'm not sure where they're off to, but let's stick with them. And we've got 2 adult lionesses to our right. There she is, walking. And they're in a really thick, difficult area. Anyway, they're mobile north again towards vertical axis. So as you can see, tactical driving is needed, but we are amongst the lions. Who's that now? Does that look like Amber Eyes? Can you see her there? Let me just go forward a bit maybe. There we go. She's looking quite a lot better if it is amber. I can't see whether it's got suckle marks or not. Now, they might have been out hunting. It sounds like they're calling for the cubs at the moment. Oh. Okay, there should be a little bit of an open gap through the next spot. We're just going to gap to get skinny, Eggsy. Get skinny between the 2 silver cluster leaves. It's a good thing we're skinny, Eggs. So they're moving into a slightly nicer area to follow them. Here we go, right in front of us, about to pop out. Oh, they've got blood on. Has she got blood on her face? Have they made a kill? Just zoom in on her chin there for me. Indeed, indeed she does. So they must have a kill here somewhere. Let's hope it's not a buffalo. You guys are allowed to eat anything except buffalo, preferably hippo. Get that fan content back. Of course, it is probably a buffalo, but we'll find out shortly, hopefully, as they lead us either back to the cubs and then to the kill, or back to the kill. It's going to be interesting to find out which. And thankfully they've chosen a much nicer area. Now remember, this is 100% live. We're following lions through the African bush, and if you want to ask me any questions, you can do that by using the hashtag #SafariLive on Twitter, or the email address questions@WildEarthTV. So I only saw blood on one of the lionesses. There we go. Hello, girls. And that is Amber Eyes on the left there. She is looking much better. It could be that the rest of the pride's on a kill. It does happen where a lioness might grab something by herself, something like a kudu or a zebra, or who knows what. There we go. Where are you off to? Yeah, it definitely looks like Amber's walking much, much better. When you look at her there. Now they've split. One lioness is heading further to the west, and these two are going east. Interesting. Maybe the one female is going to fetch the cubs and the others are going back to the kill. Let's find out which. Now, Jackie J indeed is saying we've reached another ridiculous milestone. It's 75 days in a row of big cats. No, I can't see where the third lioness is. She's gone off there. I think I'm going to stick with the two. There's still one lioness who might be crossing behind here somewhere. One's got blood on her face, so I think they might have made a kill. You got one? Oh, there's another one there. Let's go have a look. Let's get in there. There's the fourth lioness. I wonder if the cubs are here. Now, could these two be heading off to try and find the cubs, or are they leading us back to the kill? Here we go. So now we've got 3 out of the 5. That the one lioness just wolfed down all by herself. And they are going to now take us into possibly one of the most technical blocks where it comes to driving on the whole of Djuma. Now, not because it's particularly steep or rocky or full of holes, just because it's really, really thick. So I'm going to have to go quite slowly. Hopefully we'll be able to keep up with them. Warm welcome to Connor, who would like to know, do we ever see lions eating other predators? I haven't seen it here, Connor, but I have seen it in other places. I've seen lions eating lions. I've seen lions eating a leopard. I've seen lions eating a cheetah. But I've never seen them eating a hyena is the one thing I haven't seen them. I've seen them kill hyena. The cubs. So this is where they left the cubs. Now we'll see if the kill's big enough to warrant the females fetching the cubs and taking them back towards where the other lioness went. Well, here's the last lioness. So we've seen all 5, only 4 presently right here. And it doesn't look like there's a kill here. That I can see right now, and that doesn't mean that there isn't. Stations out there, I've got 4 Wansatis and some of them are Pimpans now in the block between Gallagher Shortcut and Aubrey's. So the lioness with the blood on her face is also here. Copy, thanks. Now there we go. You can see the blood on the chin. Now, as I said, it could have been something tiny like a steenbok or something. That's why she's not leading the rest of the pride back, because it's already finished. Okay, let's do a quick cub count. I can see 5 immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. there, that little one was looking quite bad the last time I spent a bit of time with the Pride. Let's see what she's looking at now. Looking better. Definitely looking better. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still 6. Okay, so exit zoom and up a little bit, and there we can just see an ear through the bush. There's number 6. So there's the little, one of the small ones that was looking particularly bad a few days ago. Definitely looking much better now. Nice shady Peltiforum or weeping wattle. Oh, maybe they have eaten. Some of these cubs have got massive bellies. Maybe it was something small enough that they've finished it already. But it's good to see the Pride looking a lot better than they have been for the last while. There's still one lioness behind us. Or 2 actually, but one close, one quite far from us. Now, while we wait to see if these lions get up and start heading towards a potential carcass, or they're going to snooze in the shade of the Peltiforum, Byron has found something that's quite difficult to see. Where are you off to, lions? Ah, there we go. Nice big elephant path for us to follow. Some of you will remember this area. I think it was actually the last time I saw young Sindile. He had an impala kill right here. I wonder what they've caught. Oh, what's that going on there? I can see it looks like a lioness feeding. Hold on. The lioness who didn't come back to the cubs. Let's fingers crossed it's not a buffalo. Oh dear. It is a buffalo. Another buffalo. Is it? It is indeed a buffalo. Hopefully it's a fatty buffalo. Here we go. Our cubs should be here shortly. I'm just going to sit here. Hello, girlie. And if you've got my visual, there's a buffalo kill here. Here we go. There she is getting stuck in. Look at all the flies already with this heat. This looks to be a youngish buffalo, hopefully a young, plump, very fatty buffalo. Eggs, watch out, those lions might come up behind you. So it looks like it was actually killed quite early last night. And they are hungry. They've eaten quite a bit of it already. Where are the rest of the lions? I suddenly saw this lioness through the bush and I can see she was pulling and tugging on something. I was hoping it was going to be a zebra, but And zebras have high fat counts, or a hippo would be even better. Now, quite fresh, it's not ponging just yet. I'm just trying to see, waiting for the rest of the pride to catch up. We of course jumped ahead of them now when I spotted her, so we should be here exactly when everyone arrives, which would be quite exciting. Now of course lions are unable to sort of put two and two together. The fact that they're eating only buffalo is causing the problems in the pride. They're instinctual animals, so, and buffalo are easy to catch for a lot of meat. So in a lion's mind, that's why they go, oh, look at that, oh, so many flies, don't come near us, flies, Foof. Go away. Eggsy's doing a bit of a dance when the fly came near him. That's not a fly, that's a beetle. It's okay. Now, where are the rest of the lions? They should be arriving shortly. Now, this carcass is right out in the open. And she might be pulling it now. She's going to try and maybe move it to the shade. Look how strong she is. Oh, look at that swarm of flies. I think she might need a bit more help in pulling that carcass into a shady area. Okay, so while we wait for the rest of the pride to arrive, let's go see what Jamie's got. Well, we're still there. The rest of the pride's actually obviously been feeding already, and they're lying up about 15 to 20 meters behind us. Oh. And it sounds like Mike is behind us. He can see her. It seems like she's going back to call the cubs. They might have got tired and stopped. Copy, Mike. I think she's probably just, the cubs have probably got tired on their way and they've stopped. She's probably just going to fetch them. It's incredible the amount of flies that are inside this carcass. That is absolutely crazy. Every time she starts feeding, it's just this swarm. Now, Tracy in New York's asked a interesting question. Where do the maggots and the flies come from? Well, Tracy, that's sort of who came first, the chicken or the egg? Because it's the same principle. The flies lay their eggs, and the eggs become maggots, and then they pupate, and then become flies. And there's many thousands of different indigenous fly species to Africa. So, that it is natural. They are there to help dispose of rotting flesh and that, and the maggots provide a very important ecological role, because they also, well, apart from disposing of living fish, they provide a very important food source for other animals. So it sounds like the rest of the pride are just steeping up in the shade. Now, Maggie is wondering, can the flies cause any diseases or problems for the lions? There are probably a few fly-borne diseases that might affect lions. Not any that I know of in this area particularly. look at that. Look at those swarms and swarms of flies. Now, as it gets warmer and warmer in summer, we're going to see more and more of these around carcasses. Now, a lot of the fly species here breed with the rain. So if you get rain and then a very hot day, your fly population explodes. Herbie, I'll talk to you just now. Okay, look at this. And she's really getting stuck in. She's really looking hungry because it's really hot. And she's still feeding. The rest of the pride, I said they were looking quite full. Maybe they've already eaten their fill. They might have got a little fright when Byron and Herbie found them and ran off a little bit, and that's why the cubs weren't here, because it definitely looks like they've been fed on. It's been fed on extensively. The other option is now, because it sounds like those 3 females and the cubs are up and moving to the east, they might be heading towards the Galago Pan for a drink. Now, as the grass grows and the rains keep coming, and the buffalo should improve in condition, and Carl is wondering, will that cause the lion's success rate in hunting buffalo to drop? Generally it does. So what happens is, during the winter months, lions always have a better success rate with buffalo in the dry season, and in the wet season not really. But what's interesting here is that these buffalo still haven't recovered from that drought, so they are still feeling the effects of the drought. I think it's going to be a few months yet before they recover fully. Now, just to give you an idea of how many flies are actually around here, I mean, you can see all of the ones buzzing around her face and in the carcass. But if we come out eggs and we start right next to you, you can if you want, but all the little trees surrounding us, look at that. Flies, flies, flies. Now those are the ones that have probably laid their eggs already. And you don't really want to touch any of these bushes. All of the bushes around here are literally littered with flies. You can see how they're sitting on the underside of the branch in the shade. What are you up to, madam? You're just changing feeding positions. There we go. You can see every little branch around here covered in flies. Fortunately, they haven't decided we're good for landing on just yet. Hello, Nicole, who's in Canada. Nicole is wondering, what is the white stuff that she keeps pulling there? Is it the muscles? No, the muscles will be red. It's sinew. It's sinew, Nicole. Sinew and ligaments and tendons, those are the white things. Standing by, Henry. Copy. Thanks, Henry. No problem. Look forward to your next visit. Sorry, just saying goodbye to Henry from Buffl's Hook, who's heading home. He's just thanking us for help over the last few days. And that's what we do, and that's why you hear us talking on the Game Drive channel. we all help each other to find the best sightings possible that we can all enjoy. Oh, flies. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay right here, because I think if we sit here for too long, the flies might think we're a good spot to sit. But we will stay for a little bit longer. But while we wait to see if the rest of the Pride decides to come join, let's go back to Byron, who's got more flies. Now the rest of the Pride are lying up somewhere in the shade close by. This is obviously a hungry girl, and it's one of the mothers. And she's just really getting stuck in there. She's probably trying to utilize the last of the semi-cool morning and to feed off that buffalo. She's tried to drag it a few times, but there's so little shade around, and I think by herself it's just a little bit too big. Now I'm quite sure that she'll lie up close by once she's sated herself and keep the vultures at bay. And I'm sure the rest of the Pride are going to join her at some point, but they probably ate better early this morning. And it's really great to see the Nkuhumas looking quite a lot better, although they're naughty eating buffalo. Hopefully they ate a warthog in between, get some nice bacon, but they are looking better, and the buffalo should be picking up condition, so they should be able to get fat from the buffalo and able to ingest or break down the vitamin E into useful parts. Well, we can only hope, but it is definitely looking a lot better than it was a week or so ago. And of course, this is a new carcass. This is not the one they killed and abandoned. Now, from the last two buffalo that they've actually eaten through and through, they seem to be younger animals. Maybe they've got a little, we're hoping they've got a little bit of a higher fat count. And one positive about her dragging the buffalo a little bit further away from us, there's less flies buzzing on top of us, which is always a good thing. Now, Kevin wants to know what it smells like. Well, Kevin, it actually doesn't smell too bad. This is quite a fresh kill. If we look next to us here, eggs right down, you can actually see there's a couple of dung beetles inside. That's what the stomach content, and it just smells like undigested grass. So almost like fresh cut grass, just a little bit different, add a bit of stomach juice. So not an unpleasant smell at all, but I think with this heat that we're having today, by the end of today, it's going to be really smelly and definitely putrid by tomorrow. But they are making a very short work of it. But it has been absolutely splendid having you on this sunrise safari, and I managed not to fight with any caterpillars today, and hopefully not to fight with any caterpillars for the rest of the year, and next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. After then, maybe I can fight with one caterpillar. But remember, we're going to be here on the sunset safari. We've got Nkuhumas on a buffalo kill. Karula's killed in Inyala. Hopefully she'll be back there with Shungile and Hosana, and maybe some elephants will turn up as well. We never know. That's the joy of the live safaris. But for the last couple of seconds, I'm going to keep talking, but have a look at the incredible Nkuhuma, who's munching on her buffalo. As I said, it's going to be a cat-filled sunset safari, an amazing 75 days of big cats. So from Eggsy, myself, and the whole Safari Live crew, we'll see you in a few short hours.